How on earth will you scale your business without burning yourself out, losing yourself, or losing control of the household in the process? Because even though you don't have little kids underfoot anymore, somehow you still end up managing most of what gets done at home and having an incredible business. How are you going to make all that work? That's what we're going to be talking about today on the Unjaded podcast. Welcome to Unjaded. I'm your host, Vickie Dickson. This is a podcast with a human design spin on building the life, the relationships, and the business that you were made for. Let's dive in. Don't buy another course, another membership, another program until you start to take a look at what's under the hood. And what's under the hood is your unique human design. There is a way that you are uniquely designed to show up in your business. And chances are you're not doing that. The easiest place for us to start in the human design body graph is your type and strategy. Now, I want you to remember whenever you're hearing me speak about human design is that it really is all about the nuances. Not all generators are the same. Not all projectors are the same. There are big variances in every chart. That's where reading or coaching comes in. However, we can do a lot just by aligning with our type and strategy. So we're going to start there today, okay? So if your human design type is a generator, you're here to respond. You're not here to initiate. You're a builder. You're here to build something of value. You master something, you get really good at it, and then you move on to something else. You have this stair-step learning curve, and you're going to hit plateaus. Lots of times you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but you have to remember that that's still 1 step forward, right? There's going to be lots of times in your business where you get frustrated and you're tempted to quit. Now, many times that's going to be because you haven't really entered into the agreement, the relationship, the opportunity following your strategy, which is to respond. Maybe you've pushed through and tried to initiate, and that can be a problem. It can help frustration to build. Another time where frustration is going to build is where you're on a plateau and you're actually just before the breakthrough, but because you're frustrated, you tend to quit. So the best thing that you can do as a generator is to really lean into your sacral center and know whether this thing is right for you or not. If you're a manifesting generator, like me, you are a generator type. So you're meant to respond rather than initiate. This is really hard for manifesting generators. Ra used to say that manifesting generators are the most conditioned of all because we have this sacral center where we can work and build and be creative and do all of the things. We can make things happen. We also have a motor defined to the throat. And in human design, we're going to talk about this in the manifesting generator episode. But in human design, the name of the game is getting energy to the throat so that things can happen. The throat center is where things happen. And as a manifesting generator, you have both a defined sacral and a defined throat center. So you really are a people who doesn't need people to get things done. And that is your challenge. It can be more frustrating for you for someone to try to help you than it is for you to just do it yourself. Delegating is not your first love if you're a manifesting generator, because you can do the things yourself. So you could spend your whole life creating things, never waiting to be in response. And you're fast. You are so fast. Part of the quantum purpose of manifesting generators is to speed up linear time. We are actually here to make things go faster. We need to try lots and lots of things. You're never going to stick to one thing if you're a manifesting generator. And we skip steps. We're going to miss things. We're designed to miss things because we are always trying to find the most efficient way to do things. Always, always, always. The biggest challenge for you is to overcome your conditioning and overcome even in the business coaching arena. And many of the programs, many of the gurus who you're going to follow are going to tell you that you need to stick to one thing. And as a manifesting generator, you really can't ever stick to one thing, and that is your gift. If you are a projector, your strategy is to wait for the invitation, and a lot of projectors let this paralyze them. You really want to wait to be invited into the big things like relationships, business ventures, jobs, moving house, this sort of thing. Recognition is what fuels you. And what I teach my projector clients is to recognize their own gifts first. If you recognize your gifts and you know what you are good at and you know what you want to be recognized for, then you have more of an inviting energy about you. You have more of an aura about you that says, come on in, let me in, invite me in. It's much more welcoming. If you know your gifts and you own them, then it's easier for you to guide, and you are here to guide. You are wise. Energetically, projectors hold the potential of the planet. With your undefined sacral, you're designed to have cycles of rest on a regular basis. And that doesn't make you lazy. It's part of your makeup. You're actually here to become wise and to know when enough is enough. That's the beauty of the undefined sacral. If you're a manifester, your strategy is to initiate. You're going to inform people and let them know what you're about to do. This does not mean asking permission. And when I work with manifestors, I see this as the biggest part of their conditioning. Manifestors are so powerful because they have a motorized throat. So they can get things started. They can initiate. They don't have a defined sacral, so they don't have to wait for the response like a manifesting generator does. They can go out and they can initiate as long as they follow their authority, which we'll talk about in another episode. But manifestors typically have been conditioned to play small because powerful people scare us. Think of any child. If that child is powerful or willful, we could call it, we're going to, as the adults in their life, try to keep them safe. We are going to be afraid for them that they're going to use their power too much or use their power in the wrong way, and we are going to try to keep them in a box. I work with adults, but when they were children, manifestors as children, were conditioned to continually ask permission, and this is so not how they are meant to live. So things that you could say in your content or with your clients are, here's the thing. Here's how it is. This is what's going to happen. Here's what we're going to do next. That's the direction that people are looking for from you. You too have an undefined sacral, and you're designed for cycles of rest as well. So you're here to be wise and to understand when enough is enough, to give yourself the space to rest and then to come out swinging again. All of your manifestor power comes to the party. If you're a reflector, your strategy, in my opinion, is the toughest of all because you have so much waiting in your design. You're going to wait a full lunar cycle to decide on anything. You have this beautiful sampling aura, and you are the barometer of your community's health. Not all communities, not the world, your specific community. It's imperative that you surround yourself with the right people. You know, for you in your business, the kind of support that you need might look like a mastermind, maybe a high-level, super intimate mastermind. It's going to matter to you who is in the room with you all the time because your energy is ever changing, right? You have this variability within your design, and you're not conditioned in the same way. You have all of your 9 centers are open if you're a reflector. You're not designed to take on conditioning the way that, say, someone who has 2 centers defined and 7 centers undefined would be, because you're designed to have the sampling aura. Yet at the same time, because you are reflecting back the health of the community, it's important that you be in a healthy community. So that's just the tip of the human design iceberg. It's just starting with the 5 types. Manifesting generators are a type of generator, so you will hear people say 4 types. Tomato, doesn't matter to me. As long as you know your type and strategy, you're good. But as you know, on Unjaded, we are going to go a lot deeper than type and strategy. In the next few episodes, we're going to go deeper into each type on its own, and then we're going to start on the 7 different human design authorities, or as I like to call them, decision-making superpowers. In the show notes, you're going to see a link to run your human design chart on my website at vickiedickson.com if you haven't done that yet. If you're already familiar with your human design and you'd like to go a little bit deeper on your own, there is a link on the website for a business clarity guide. It is robust and it will cover so many of the ways to use your human design in your business. Until next time.